What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we're going to look over the Constitution of the IBEW a little bit more. That's what we're going to dive into today. It's been a few episodes since I last spoke on it and looked at it, and so we're going to take a look at it today, and we're going to be looking at Article 2. Now, my copy that I'm using is from the 39th Convention, as I'm waiting for the 40th Convention 1 to come out. So we're going off of some old news until we get the new news, but we'll see how much changes. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, drop some comments, share the videos. You already know what's up. But grab your constitutions and let's go. Let's dive right in. Article 2, International Convention. Section 1. The IBEW shall meet in regular convention every 5 years on the third Monday in September, at such place as shall be decided upon by the IEC. Now, what the heck is the IEC? We go back to Article 1 for the abbreviations, and the IEC means International Executive Council. So, every 5 years on the third Monday in September, at such a place as shall be decided upon by the International Executive Council. Section 2. The IEC has the power to change the date on which an IC is to convene, but any change made shall not be for more than 90 days before or after the original date fixed. So if the date has to be moved, it cannot be more than 90 days prior to that third Monday in September, or 90 days after the third Monday in September. Section 3. Upon petition filed with the IST, let's take a look back at what the IST is, and it is the International Secretary Treasurer. Upon petition filed with the International Secretary Treasurer by any 28 LUs in good standing. Now, if we remember LUs, that's local unions in good standing. Not more than 4 local unions from any one International Executive Council district. The question of holding a special IC shall be submitted to a referendum, but petitions for a vote must specify the place, the time, and the date at which this special IC is proposed to be held, and the questions must be specified by each of the 28 LUs in good standing before any referendum shall be taken. No special IC shall be called except in this manner. So it's very complicated to try to get a special called international convention. So there's a process for it. As you can see, there is a process spelled out for it in our Constitution. But as you can also see, it'd probably be very complicated to get a special IC called. It would have to be something major going on. The result of the referendum shall be published in full in the IBEW's official monthly publication. If a majority vote in favor of a special IC, the IST shall issue the call. Very complicated to call a special IC. Section 4. The IP, that would be International President, shall appoint the following committees consisting of 11 delegates elected to the IC. 1 from each IVP district, be International Vice President District. The IP shall appoint 1 of the committee members as chairman and 1 as secretary. All right, so each of these committees will consist of 11 delegates. You would have the IP's report committee, the IST's report committee, the IEC's report committee, law committee, resolutions committee, appeals committee, and any special committees deemed necessary. These committees shall meet prior to the opening of the IC, and the compensation of members of these committees shall be $50 per day and reimbursement for actual expenses. This shall cease the day the IC opens. Section 5. The IST prior to the IC shall deposit sufficient funds in the convention city to be used to defray expenses of the IC. To defray just means to pay. So it's to pay the bills, basically. And you always want to pay the bills. Go into a city, you're going to use the city's resources, you're going to want to pay the bills. It's the right thing to do. Section 6. A quorum for the transaction of business shall consist of 1/3 of the delegates seated. Immediately after the IC is opened, the IEC shall report on credentials and rules. The order of business of the IC shall proceed in accordance with the rules adopted by the IC. The business of the IC shall include the following: a call to order, presentation of credentials, report on credentials and rules, appointment of committees, communications and bills, amendments and resolutions, reports to committees, unfinished business, nomination and election of officers, new business, and adjournment. Section 7. No local union shall be entitled to representation at an international convention if it has an indebtedness to the international union for per capita tax payments, and unless its per capita tax to the international union has been paid on its membership through the month of July prior to the first of the month in which the IC is held. So if your local union ain't up to date on its per capita, then you will not be represented at the international convention. So again, it's always good to pay the bills. Pay the bills. It's how we run. I got to get the bills paid. People got to earn their salaries so that we can run this organization. We're going to stop there at Section 7, and we'll pick up the rest of Article 2 in the next session. But this has been our review of the IBEW Constitution. Just want to try to educate each other and make sure that we all know what's up with our organization. All right. Thanks for joining me. And remember, the fight's not left and right. It's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one, teach one, get out there and reach one. And there could be no union without you and I front and center. Peace.